0, 1. Let's get started.
So I have about 1,000 of these stickers to cut up. The Rascor Grand Tour Cannonball Run 2027, happening May 6th to 8th, 27. We have 60 rooms booked in 3 hotels, and we have a couple of sponsors on board. So we have Rascor as the main sponsors, we have the M3 Van Centre as a name sponsor, and Megabikes Damage Material Custom Garage, and Terence Healy Motorcycles. Then we have, what else do we have? We have a couple of associate sponsors, which is Red Diamonds, Mumstrong Fitness, City Spares Motorcycles have just come on board. We have even got really good TV, and don't forget Precision Customs. There's a few more there as well, so we're doing really well with the sponsorship, and a lot of people seem to be getting behind the idea of the first motorbike cannonball run in Ireland, which is super. Everything's coming together smoothly, everything's good. I'd say the guts of 55 to 60 people signed up, deposits paid, and more coming on every day, more sponsors coming on every day. It's going to be huge. So the format of this is going to be, we will be starting at Megabikes in Dublin, and we'll be arriving there in around 8 AM. I'll be there earlier from 6 AM because I will be looking to work with Radio Nova and get them set up there. Kieran's already agreed to open up the store and facilitate this, which is fantastic. So we will be departing Megabikes about 10 o'clock. We will be doing a drive-by jigsaw Tullamore. We'll be heading over to Blanchardstown there. Now, where Jigsaw is at Blanchardstown, there's currently a lot of roadworks going on and stuff like that. So I have to see how that fares out and what it's going to look like when it's finished. But the plan is to stop at Jigsaw Blanchardstown. Now, there is a bit of room outside there anyway. So again, I'll work with the local town council and see can we reserve some space in there in front of the library and that. So after Jigsaw, we'll be heading to Navan. And plenty of room across the road from Jigsaw and Navan. We'll stop there for about 15 minutes and have a chat with the people. You know, there'll be a massive display of bikes there. I'm expecting about 80 bikes at this, and then we will head on to Letterkenny with a stop in between for some lunch, and we will arrive at Jigsaw Letterkenny then that afternoon, and we will then get some photographs, stuff like that, with the team at Jigsaw Letterkenny, and then we'll be parking up at the Mount Errigal Hotel, where we will have bed, breakfast and evening meal. So following on from that, then the next day we will be heading from Letterkenny to Galway. We'll be stopping at Galway. Again, I'll work with the council and seeking to cordon off an area at Air Square there, just opposite the credit union, and there's a nice area there where we could park, all depending on whether there's vendors there now for the summer period or not. I'm not 100% sure. Again, at that time of the year I don't think there will be, so there's still a lot of planning and preparation going on in the background in relation to this. But we'll be going down to Jigsaw Galway, which is just 100 yards away from where we're parking up. We'll be travelling from there then to drive by Jigsaw Limerick. It wouldn't be sufficient for parking, but we'll drive by and we'll make a bit of noise and we'll rep the bikes and beat the horns. So from there then we'll be going on to Tralee, and we will be going to Jigsaw Kerry. We will park up at the Little just down the end of the road, and then we will a little short stroll up to Jigsaw Kerry where we get a team photograph. From there we'll be going up to the Manor West Hotel, and again we will have a bed, breakfast and evening meal there, and all depending on the numbers we might be using a second hotel in Tralee, which is the sister hotel for the Manor West, and if that is the case then I'll organise transport for people to get back and down from the hotel. It's only from one end of the village to the other. And I'll organise transport, but we'll all dine together and eat together and have the crack together up in the Manor West, and there's underground car parking in the Manor West as well, so I'd like to see that there. But really the plan is to put a display of bikes on outside the hotel, or flags or branding, links to donate and stuff like that. So the tour day then will be from Tralee to Thurles. We'll stop at Thurles. There's plenty of room to stop at Thurles, and then we'll be going from Thurles then to Tullamore. We will drive by Jigsaw Tullamore. We will head down the main street. We will drive onto the square there in the centre of the town, and we'll leave the bikes there for an hour or so and have a chat with people and wherever else. Then we'll head on up to the town, up to the Tullamore Court Hotel, and we'll park up there. We'll be putting on a display of bikes outside the hotel again, hoping to get some trikers on board and, you know, some really fancy bikes that are going to catch people's attention. And Terence Healy then has come on board, and he will be setting up a selection of bikes on the inside of the hotel. We'll have our branding, so not only will we have our 60 to 80 bikes and the passengers and pillions and riders, there's probably going to be about 90 people in our group alone. But what I'm doing is I'm selling tickets for the sit down evening meal, and with that then you get your 3-course meal, you get to stay for all the night's entertainment and stuff like that. We're charging 60 quid a ticket for this. Now €10 of that does go to Jigsaw. So yeah, it's just a way of trying to generate a little bit more money. But if there's any problems that people think is a bit, you know, steep for a ticket, talk to me. Give me I'll reduce it down to 50 people or €50 if people can't afford the extra tenner to give a donation. You know, at the end of the day, it's 2 points, like. So, but look, I'm flexible. I just want people to come, have a good time, turn up, fill up the banquet room. So we'll be selling about 100 and 150 tickets, and people then, you can also have the option to stay in the hotel. I have a discounted rate, so you can pay that through me as well. And I'll book out the room for the hotels, or, you know, even if the crew that are with me, their families want to come down, I'll make the booking and they can just pay on arrival then when they turn up, but you'll have to pay for the ticket in advance for the meal. So yeah, so that's, you know, that's the gist of it. We'll have a night of entertainment. We will have, what will we have? So we will have a sit down meal, and we'll have an awards presentation. We'll have some speakers from Jigsaw and from the motorbike community, and hopefully a few special guests. And we will then have Revival playing, which have done some work for me before. When I done a bit of work with Clem in Mace, Louise there managed to dig up the number and send it on to me. They actually stole the show that night. They were brilliant. And so we're going to have Revival playing. They're a great band, and we'll probably look at a DJ or a comedian as well. Like, I have plenty of comedian friends that I can reach out to, but I'm kind of conscious that, you know, if there is a few younger people there, the context of some of the comedy might be for their ears, like. And at the end of the day, this is for a youth mental health charity. It's a fundraiser for a youth mental health charity. We're trying to raise €100,000, and my goal is to put on a massive display for people to look at when we're driving through the towns, and, you know, see our flags, and you know, read about it in the paper, get the local papers on board, get reporters down, do whatever we can. And then you know, everybody that's involved in it are going to be working so hard to raise a few bob, like, and, you know, just to give them a really good time, and to stay safe, to, you know, for them to walk away and say, you know, that was 650 quid, that was so well spent. And that's what the event is going to cost for a single person at the moment. It's about 650 quid. I have already got that down, about 150 quid with the sponsors that I have. It was 700 and odd, and so I've managed to knock a few quid off every room that I have booked. So that's the most fairest way I could think of doing it. So the other thing, if you want to come on board and you want to share a room, that's going to reduce your cost again. I can give you a twin room, and for that money, you're getting your 3 nights bed and breakfast, 3 meals. You're getting your high-vis bib, you're getting all your stickers. I'll be doing low-tack decals of all the sponsors that have come on board, and I'll be asking people to put them on the bike. They will peel on and they'll peel off just as easy. So you won't do any damage to the bike. That's the plan. The same with these ones. These stickers are low tack as well, and they will peel off just as easy as they went on. So yeah, so there's a lot of work going on, but it's easy work. Everything has just fell into place easy. And the last thing that I really need to do now is just fill the last of the places that I have. I have about 10 or 12 rooms left now, and they can be double, single, or a twin room, wherever you want them to be. So if you have any interest at all, just get a deposit. I was initially asking for a €150 deposit, but I've secured all the hotels now. So if that's not within your budget now at the moment, send over 100, send over 70, wherever it may be, and just get on, and then we'll set up a payment plan between now and then, and you can pay it off at your leisure, like. So the same again, look, it's fully refundable. I know things change for people. It's fully refundable until the point something is bought, which, as in, like, you know, in 4 months time, if I ordered the bibs and with all the logo and print them and it costing €100, and what I will be doing is that will become your property, and I will deduct that from your refund. And I think that's the only fair way. Like, you get to keep the bib, it's yours, and you'll get the balance back. Now the hotels can be refunded up to 4 weeks before the actual event. So that is the cut-off point. Now look, I know there's going to be circumstances where, you know, things will change in people's lives. That happens all the time, and at last minute you have to drop out. If that is the case, I will work to fill that place for you and get your money back. And, you know, I'll always work for people. I'll always do the right things. It's a non-profit event, so any excess money that's raised from sponsorship or throughout the event will be donated back to Jigsaw. And yeah, look, the same as everybody else, I pay into this. I do all the hard work. I don't get anything for free, and all I get out of it is the absolute buzz of knowing that I pulled off another successful event. People had a great time, and we raised a ball of money for charity. So that's my fix. So I'm going to get back to the stickers, and you can get back to your life and enjoy the good weather we're having at the moment.
0, 1. Let's get started.